Hi and welcome to another inspiring interview for Leading Ladies TV. Today we're interviewing one of our founding members, which is Lisa. So thank you so much, Lisa, for being here and being interviewed for us. I really appreciate that. Your story has inspired me so much that I'd like to get more of it out so everybody watching can take something and maybe just do a little bit of what you've done. So we'll get that story. First off, I know it's the big 4-0 this year, so congratulations on that. But as does happen, you know, when you get into that age, sometimes you go through a bit of what's going on. So take us back a year and where this sort of part of the story started.
So firstly, thank you for inviting me onto Leading Ladies TV. I mean, you know the background to my story, Amanda. I've been in the same job, same company for 17 years. I were in routine, loved the company I work for, loved my job, and booked this fabulous holiday last year, myself and my husband, and we booked this beautiful boat and we went to Thailand and we went up into the Simmerlands and we scuba dived every day, and it was just living the dream, absolutely living the dream. And I discovered that my husband John was just a fantastic scuba diver, great with me, who was a little bit nervous, great with other people, and we had a discussion around, you know, could we really make this our life? Could we make this happen? And John become a scuba dive instructor, and it was all a little bit of a pipe dream.
Well, that's the kind of fantasy, isn't it? You're on holiday and you're like, oh God, wouldn't you just love to live here?
Absolutely. When this little bubble was, we were there and we were planning out our future, you know, living in Thailand, working on the beach, John becoming a scuba dive instructor. So it was all very exciting. And then you come back home and you get back into your routine of the job that you love, but you know, the same rubbish, the same, you know, different day, and you know, just constantly stressed with work, to be honest. Yeah. You know, a very high profile job. And
I remember when we met actually before that holiday, and sometimes you were stressed. I saw you lose a lot of weight, and
oh my goodness,
it was a high level job, isn't it?
And I think getting to the big 4-0, my priorities have changed. My you know, my outlook on life has changed, and I really thought, is this it? Is this what life is about? And when we came back from Thailand last year and we went to boot camp together, and I was talking to you about this wonderful holiday I'd been on, and we'd really love for John to be a dive instructor, and you know, for me to perhaps have a little business and work from overseas, and we never thought it would happen. And you really inspired me to step outside my comfort zone and put a plan in place, and to visualize 12 months down the line and what it would look like living on a beach. And I was, yeah, you know, we actually made those steps, and I'm absolutely delighted to say that I'm leaving my job of 17 years in a very high profile telecoms organisation to leave the UK for the life that we only ever thought we could live in our wildest dreams.
It's amazing, Lisa.
I'm so excited.
It is amazing, and I think you must be having people all the time going to you, oh, I wish I could do that. And
you're absolutely right. And my question is, why can't you do that? What is stopping you from stepping outside your comfort zone, from really putting the plans in place and go and live the life that you deserve to live? We get one shot, and for me, you've got to absolutely embrace every day and be blessed every day. And you know, John and I'm very frightened. I'm really frightened, and you know, we're leaving friends and family behind. But you know, we're only a flight away. We're only, you know, a place where everyone can come and see us, and we'll be coming back. But it's, you know, we decided to take the action and do it.
It's absolutely phenomenal. It really is.
Thank you.
I'm envious. But yeah, you made that decision, okay, and
yeah.
You went. But you know, that may seem like easy. But I guess people want to know how it kind of come together. So you're on holiday, you've got that feeling, which people have. And then you came back and you thought, is it possible, when you were going through that Groundhog Day thing again? So what did you actually do then at that point, kind of, you know, to make it a reality, make it a reality?
So, you know, John and I got very excited, and it was April last year when we went on holiday, and we said by September we're going to move, and then we kind of had to take a step back and really ground ourselves to say, if we're going to do this, if we are going to change our life and go and live the life that we really are aspiring to live, we have to put some real stepping stones in the way, for us to get to our end goal, which was this visualization of living on a beach, and John being a fabulous scuba dive instructor, and we put our house on the market and we sold our house. Our friends and family have been really supportive, and we're now we're living at my parents, because my parents are supporting what we're doing, and it was plain sailing for a little while, and then we've had some real challenges that we've had to overcome. John had a routine operation on his left knee, and whilst that was mending, he broke his right knee, and we were due to go a couple of months ago, and John had to have another operation. It sort of set us back a couple of months, and it was quite it was really challenging, because I'd adjusted to our new lifestyle. So to stay a couple more months, but it's a tiny hurdle in to what is going to be the rest of our lives. So we cannot complain. It's given us a little bit more time with friends and family here, and so I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
So you mentioned visualization, which is something I talk about with the lipstick principles a lot. What is it? What's the picture that gets you there and has kept you going on this path?
So my picture.
Describe it to me.
Oh, describe it. I can describe it to everybody. So I close my eyes and I can hear the sea just swishing nicely in the background. There's beautiful golden sands. I stroll onto the beach. My husband's off teaching on his scuba dive business. I'm just helping with leading ladies, and it's just absolutely the right lifestyle for John and I. In all of my working career, I have to make really serious decisions every day, and I can honestly say this is the most serious decision I've ever made, but it absolutely feels the most perfect decision.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about looking forward to our new life. I'm just so excited.
It's amazing. So the visualization was strong, and I think that sounds like the sort of points that kept you pulled towards it, because that was really strong. You made a plan in terms of John had to get his scuba diving, and there's steps that you had to take. Sell the house, that must have been a scary one. What happens on the days you get scared about the decision that you're making? So
when I have days where I feel a little bit uncertain,
which you will,
and a little bit emotional, I take a step back to the conversations I had with John when we were in our bubble on holiday. I go back to the conversations you and I had about the visualising of our new life, and I put it into that little box in my head, and it goes away with the negative thoughts, and I want to stay positive, because I have to go back to the reason why we're doing this, and we're doing it to get out of the corporate lifestyle. And my blog that I have, Next Stop the Beach, talks around corporate lifestyle to free spirit, and I just see myself as being a free spirit and just having a wonderful life in the sun and abroad, and we're not a million miles away. No. And it'll just be brilliant for our friends and our family, and hopefully I can inspire people. You kind of get stuck, 17 years in a company is an awful long time, and I'm scared that I've handed my notice in, and I'm scared that I'm leaving, but if I don't make the decision now, in 10 years' time, my life will have passed me by, and I'll be saying to John, I'm 50 this year, and we should have done something. And I absolutely think that's, what's got hold of me now is the big 4-0.
Yeah. And you're going to be celebrating on the beach.
I'm not going to be celebrating on the beach.
I like. I am thinking back, actually, because when Lisa and I have known each other for a couple of years, we met at a sort of sports, it was called a boot camp. We used to spend more time talking, didn't we? And we were always getting told off at the back of the class. And we went for the chat as opposed to the exercise. But I do remember, Lisa, you you did have an amazing job. I mean, I remember some of the bonuses that you shared with me, and the cars and things like that. It was phenomenal. So it was a really high paid job, but yeah, it took its toll, didn't it? You were working all the hours and stressed. So I can imagine how.
I feel that this is what we perhaps should have done 10 years ago. But I feel also very blessed that I'm still young enough to make a decision halfway through my life to have the rest of my life, the best of my life. And I honestly think as I've grown older and matured, my priorities have changed. So I'm not materialistic anymore. I don't need to have the best of everything. You know, as long as I've got my health, you know, we've got a roof over our heads, and you know, we're successful in what John and I are going to pursue, then we'll be so happy.
Yeah.
And that's what my end goal is.
There's just one other thing, which is one of our principles, which is invite people in the Lipstick Principles. And I know that once you started sharing with people what you wanted, incredible things happened. So would you just share a little bit of that?
Absolutely, Amanda. So and this is probably really key to our journey, and what helps us make the decision to move to Thailand was, I think once you say out loud, I'm moving abroad, I'm giving up, you know, I'm selling my house in the UK, I'm giving up this fabulous job, and I'm going to go and live the lifestyle that I want to live, and then a better lifestyle for myself and John. Good things happen to good people. And you and I were talking at boot camp, and I was, you know, saying about setting up a business to help with small businesses' social media, and you know, I was going and you were like, well, I'm looking for somebody to do that for leading ladies. And I was like, oh my goodness, you're my guardian angel. And I even wrote on my blog, guardian angel, and then wrote about that very, very wet night at boot camp. And then the more people you tell, it's almost like you've got this support mechanism. You know, the universe wants to help you, things are slotting in place, people are coming to want you to succeed, and I feel very blessed that, you know, we've got some beautiful accommodation in Thailand, that we've met somebody in the last few weeks who have sorted it out for us. You know, Leading Ladies is allowing me to become you know, part of such a wonderful company, and and you know, my husband John has got opportunities when we go out there. So everything is just slotted into place beautifully. And I think if we hadn't have shared it and got excited about our adventure, then would we have really done it? I don't know. I don't know. I think once you say it out loud and you get all these people who are supporting you, then, you know, you make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's what's the most exciting, is that people are admiring me, and I don't feel like I've done anything particularly, you know, inspirational, but people are admiring me for giving up my corporate lifestyle here, and giving up my great job, my great car, you know, all my lovely materialistic things, and for the lifestyle that we've been craving.
Yeah. It's amazing, amazing. I can't wait to hear the tales of Lisa coming from Thailand, but I hope certainly that that's been an inspirational story for some of you guys. We've got more to come next week, some more inspiring stories with some absolutely amazing leading ladies. For now though, I'd really like to thank Lisa for sharing that story with us, and a little bit more about how you made it happen. Obviously, I'm going to wish you loads of luck. And that'll be it from Leading Ladies TV.